Let's do top comments, and you know what? Let's pick a monthly winner from this YouTube channel's members. Well, I was having a real tough time getting that out of my mouth.
I didn't know if it was going to happen. I almost fell asleep.
I'm sorry. We're doing top comments of the week, and we're picking a winner for the month of June for all those wonderful, wonderful YouTube members.
Yes, and if you want to become a YouTube member, link is in the comments. Easy to find on the page. Do it. You can be entered for one of these drawings as well.
Yeah, just hit the join button on the YouTube page. But let's go to top comments. We'll do the winner halfway through. Winner gets either Onebar and Lupagus ball cap or a shirt, whatever you want.
Like that shirt you're wearing right now?
No, a much better one. Let's start off with the most important comment. It's from our good friend Thomas.
Oh yeah. I can hear him. I can actually hear him saying that.
Is there anything else to say?
I don't think there's nothing else you really got to elaborate on that.
Thomas, just, you know what? He thinks he's got the answer for everything. You know what? I'm starting to believe him. He might. He might.
I don't know. He's smoking his lettuce. Is what he's been doing.
All right, let's go to a comment. Rick Long says they will not be able to sneak Hall onto the practice squad. Like Mond, we were high on Mond. So what happened? So the gist is he's like, there's no way in hell Hall's going to get snuck on the practice squad because there's a good chance we can keep two quarterbacks. You never know.
I don't know. I think we've said there's no way in chance they can do this to other players, and we've done it quite easily. So I'm not going to say he can't make it to the practice squad. I just think with this new rule, maybe they want him on the active roster and getting that experience because, I mean, this is their first handpicked guy. So I think they want him as much in the things as they can possibly get. But, yeah, I mean, there's this two-parter here, right? What happened to Mon? Is that what he's asking?
Wow. Who cares about that? That's shit the bed already. I think you nailed it. It's every year we think some guy's not going to sneak on the practice squad, and they always do. We never get sniped ever. Mm-hmm. All the teams that get rid of their own players want them back on their practice squad. So it's pretty rare you go grab somebody. And Hall was the 12th quarterback taken. Teams could have had him. They could have had him.
And then, I mean, when was the last time the Vikings actually got sniped? I mean, Tyler Thigpen is the one that comes to mind way back. The hell, that was like 15 years ago. But
yeah, I think if Hall is on the Vikings, it's going to be their call, and it could be practice squad or whatever. It's just a matter of if he's active roster or practice squad. I think they could sneak him on.
But you're right, though. I mean, the current trends have been teams just keep their own guys. I mean, unless you're the Chicago Bears, where you don't keep any of your own guys and you sign everybody off the trash heap.
Do you want to keep any of your own guys if you're the Bears?
No, but you never see a team do that. There was like 8 players they actually signed.
They suck. All right. He says, you're all going to be surprised, too. Mark my words, the cornerbacks are going to be decent this year. This is when we did a breakdown of the corners, and I don't know if we were overly nice to them. Basically just said it's going to be a learning year.
Well, I mean, there's upside. So they could be great, and they could have great moments and great time, but I think there's going to be just as many bad moments with it as well. I mean, a cornerback, that position is you're out there on an island, especially in Brian Flores' system. He loves putting guys on the outside on an island. You're one-on-one against the receiver. He's just hoping the pressure can get there before, the ball gets to the receiver. So it's going to be a huge test for these guys. There's upside here, but the whole part of that video was confidence level. Our confidence level is low because we haven't seen these guys do it before.
Yeah, but he just straight up says they're going to be decent. It doesn't sound like there's much concern there.
Well, I mean, they might be, but there's concern that they could also suck.
Yeah, I love his optimism. I hope he's right. This is a boomer bust type of season.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
The future is wonderful. Tim Foreskin, no long one here, but the gist of it is he would sign Kirk O'Chain, so he had another contract and bypass the rookie pains. Unless you have a better idea, there's no way you can get a top 5 cornerback in the league right now. They sell everything, cut everyone, blah, blah, blah. Basically, he wants Kirk here. He wants him for the future. And there's another comment coming up, basically kind of the opposite, where they want a rookie quarterback. But thoughts?
Well, I mean, after watching Quarterback, the first episode at least, if you like Kirk Cousins, you're going to love him. I don't know. You got to move on at some point, and I feel you got a new regime here, new head coach. I mean, second year for both of those guys. You want your own guy to build with for the future. Cousins is, 35 years old. He's got a couple years left in him. we'll see where the defense is. Like, if the defense makes a huge stride this year and you actually think you can be competitive and Cousins the guy who can, get you deep in the playoffs, maybe the Super Bowl, then maybe, you look to re-sign him. But at this point, it's too early for me to say one way or the other.
Yeah, I think it all depends on how the season goes. If they're still in it and they're still in the thick of things and they're in the playoffs, they win a game, maybe 2 games, it's going to be very hard to move on from old Kirk. If it's a shit show or if it's 9-8 or something like that and they sneak in and they're one and done, we'll be able to tell real quick.
He also says in that, like, you don't know, you can't get a quarterback. Maybe the Vikings are going to suck. Maybe they will have a very early pick. You don't know.
Damn mouth.
It's July 13th. We don't know what's going to happen. I mean, it's unlikely. It could happen.
All right, let's do a winner.
Let's do it.
A winner here. We're just doing it random. Last month was Gary Bolster.
No Bolster.
How do
you take him off, or is he still in it?
Oh, he's still on there. He might have 15 hats before the year's over.
Wow.
There we go.
I think there's more names on this wheel this time.
No whammies. And Matamidi went.
It is Matamidi.
Matamidi has won more things from this channel than he's ever gotten for Christmas. There you go, Matamidi. You, sir, are a winner. Hit us up. You know where to hit us up. You know where to find us.
He was a winner before you spun that thing.
Everyone was a winner on this thing. All right, here we go. So this is the other side. This is Viking funeral. The quarterback decision was going to make or break Kwesi O'Connell regime. Absolutely. The only real option he believes with all these guys is just trading up in the 24 draft, getting a proven stud. Cousins may take a pay cut, but it won't be enough to keep the team intact. And let's face it, he's not going to accept 1-year deals. Going after a discounted Trey Lance is going to be too risky. So I believe to mortgage the future for a nice, shiny quarterback.
Viking funeral. Taking the time to really think that one. I'll let you start on this one.
It's kind of what we just said. Like if they shit the bed this year somehow, some way, I mean, it's just gross, and they're going to move on from Kirk Cousins. I'm actually fine with it. He nailed it. He said, the regime is going to be based off of their quarterback decision. That's either going to be Kirk Cousins. They're going to re-sign him to like 3 more years, or they're going to say, screw it, and go with a quarterback. They're not going to, they would have to. They don't really have any other options. I can't see them putting a ton of money in another free agent quarterback next year. That's not Kirk Cousins. So the only other option is mortgage it, get a quarterback, shit hits the fan, they're going to be fired. If not, they're going to look like geniuses.
Well, and apparently they were willing to do that this year. I mean, they wanted Bryce Young. They were ready to move up for him. If he would have fell to 2, the Vikings are rumored to be packaging up picks and move up to get him. So the fact that those rumors came out shows that this regime is not afraid to move up in the draft, get their man. So, yeah, I mean, even if we go, 10-6 out in the first round of the playoffs, it's definitely on the table. Vikings, multiple first-round picks, move up and get their guy.
If they move on from Kirk Cousins, a first-round quarterback is going to happen. It's just a matter if they move way up, because there's a lot of guys. You got the Bo Nix. I mean, you got those guys that there should be a handful of quarterbacks going round 1.
Well, and every year guys fall and rise, and so we'll see. I mean, right now everybody, it's the guy from USC, Caleb Williams, but this Drake May from UNC is very impressive too. I wouldn't be surprised if he even makes a push to be the first one at season's end. Things are always changing. Things are always in flux, so we'll see what happens.
In flux. Next up, Patrick Lee Harms says, my daughter's watching with me and got girls told about the butt chugging. Then my name comes up. She got up and went in the room and shut her door. I don't know how old Harms' daughter is, but got some making up to do. You're the one who did the butt chugging, not us.
Hey, we never claimed this was a family show. Never has been, never will be. So you're watching this with your daughter. That's the kind of risk you're going to have to take, Pat.
And also, I appreciate that Harmsy takes the time, has a nice little family moment watching it with his daughter, and he probably has a lot of explaining to do at some of the comments we say.
Just take her to an MXPX concert, make it up to her.
And also, we fully expect the Harms family Christmas card.
No shit. We should be in it.
I hope she's forgiven you. Last up, John Swanson. Blackman will be starting by week 5, and I put that up. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
He could be starting by week 1. I mean, it's going to be wide open in camp. I think Caleb Evans kind of got most of the run in the OTA so far, but we'll watch this thing in training camp, see who starts there, and see by week 2, week 3, who's playing with the ones, because I think Ed might actually be late for Blackman. I think he has a real shot to actually start.
Well, he's slated as a starter on the current depth chart. That doesn't mean anything right now, but it means something. So I'm torn on this one. Like, I really want Andrew Booth to be the starter, but you know what? Blackman might be a little diamond in the rough, and he might be fantastic. So this is a win-win situation. If he's starting week 5, hell yeah.
Booth is one guy we didn't really get a sniff of in the OTAs. Really heard nothing about him, positive, bad, nothing. I mean, was he there? I don't even know if he reported. You heard some stuff about Evans. You heard some stuff about Blackman. Yeah, I actually think week 5 is actually a worst case for Mekhi Blackman starting.
There you have it. Those are our top comments. As always, wonderful comments every week. Some a little more ruder than the others, but we pick them all.
Yeah, again, this is not a family show, but again, Patrick, we appreciate you taking that time with your daughter to have that moment. All right, guys. Again, thanks for your comments. Be sure to comment on every video we put out there. We'll do this again next week. And remember this, 4.8 billion people own mobile phones in this world, whereas only 4.2 billion own a toothbrush.